Wanna go to Dragonland and see dragons for real?
This is killing a dragon.
Hey, everybody! How's it going? Alright, so I have to make a texture for my game show, and I thought I would include it like a tutorial, so to speak. Wait, I thought I would make a video of that, and yeah. Anyways, I'm talking about making animated resource pack textures, such as ones like this. I hope you can see it. Can I zoom this in? Alright, so these ones that I've made they're like 512, I think. There's the top of the crafting table in my resource pack. You super likes it, so it's gotta be good. There's the side. Yeah, there's the front or something. Those glitches aren't there normally. It's just because I zoomed it up. There's my sword. Oh, how nice. Now, a lot of people ask me how I did that. That's all gimpy gif. Got the dragon on there. How nice. When I click, does it show anything? No. Alright, so in order to make these things in Minecraft, you actually have to like make something like that, and then you have to reduce it to essentially a strip like that. Like there's our ender pearl. Can I go up or down? Nope. Oh, looks like I screwed everything up. Oh, what's happened now? I don't want to break my computer. Okay, so in order to do this, the way I do it, which I think is the most efficient way to do it, is you have to use After Effects. Alright, so we got our After Effects here, and we'll start a new composition, and we'll call this like animated tile. No, we're making a redstone lamp when it's on, so redstone lamp version 1. Okay, so I'm making it 1024 by 1024 because it's easier to scale stuff down than scale it up and lose the quality. And I'm setting this to 16 frames right now. Alright, we'll talk about that in a minute, but basically we want it to loop perfectly. So if I was to say, you know, spin it 360 degrees to the last frame, when I actually play the animation, there'll be 2 frames where it is perfect aligned. So I make the whole thing and then basically shave 1 frame off so that there's no duplicate frame. Learning! Alright, so I got my composition. I have what I'm doing in mind, so I'm going to import a file. Now it's going to be this one, but I want this to be permanent on my hard drive, so if I delete all the pictures I don't lose it. So I have a place on my hard drive for permanent files, and I have a position for Adobe, and now this is resource pack creation, so it's in here, and this one's 1024 animations, so I'm going to put it in here. Now I have the graphic already here I've prepared, so I won't load that in there, and I'll drop that on there, and there we go. I see that. You know, it doesn't do anything. It's just like Photoshop right now. So I have my image loaded in. Now I can see, just because I know geometry, that if I was to rotate this, I will have some black popping off the side like that. Yeah, that ain't good. Now, just to see where it's at, I think like a 135. Yeah, that looks pretty good. No blackness. Not that there's anything wrong with blacks. Okay, so that seems to get rid of all the black. So we're happy now that there's no more blacks showing up. Okay,
That's racist!
so we'll reset this back to where it goes, 0, 0, and the scale to 130. You know what? I'm 136. I like that number better. I don't know why. And not only that, but this thing's looks like an ellipse in a way. So I am actually going to scale the X down to like a 3. Alright, relock it. Scale, or rotate, hit an R, spin it, make sure the blacks aren't coming back, that they're gone for good, and we can be happy. Alright, so rotation's back to 0. Yay! Okay, so bing bada boom. Alright, still doing nothing here, right? And the texture I'm making right now is going to be around, I think it's going to be 15 frames. I'm pretty sure, because this is a little bit confusing. I have it set to 16 frames, but as you see, I can't actually get it to the 16th frame. Remove that though. Yeah, okay, so it works like that, right? The frame is actually before it. So like, this is supposed to be frame 0, right? But it's actually frame 1. Frame 1 is contained between 0 and 1. Makes sense. Okay, anyways. So, I'm going to set some keyframes here on the rotation. First one, bam. And last one, bam. Alright. Doesn't do nothing. Oh wait, my bad. The last one's going to be 1 rotation. So it looks the same as the last. First. Looks the same as the first, but it is the same as the first, but it's rotated. Wow. Okay, so we look at this. We can play this now. Let's say, oh, isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's so nice. I like it very much. Yeah. Okay, so this is very far from being a strip for us to load into our resource pack, but we're on our way. Okay. Now, since this frame, as I've said, and this frame are the same, right now the animation would go, and then it would stop for 1 frame, and then it would go again, right? Keep going on a loop. I wonder if we can actually see that here happening. And you don't really notice it. But it will happen. If it's in Minecraft, you'll notice it. It's a little slower or something, depending on how you set your meta whatever thing. Your Java code for the block. Okay, so here we are. Actually, I even want a little more. Now, I'm going to actually save this right now. And it's in the right thing, and I'll call this a tutorial. Any example 1. Sounds so cool. Probably end up deleting this in the end. So wham, 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 bam, thank you, ma'am. And we're gonna set some scales here because I want it to kind of pulse. Ba ba ba, ba ba ba. Whoop 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 whoop. Right in the middle, I'll have it go. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'll have it go like that. All right, that should be all right. Let's check it out. Let's see how it looks. Everybody. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, okay. You know, that's fine. I mean, it is what it is, right? Looks like it's got a little bit of a lopside to it or something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. For what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we've basically created our block. Wah, wah, wah. Now, another way to just know stuff, instead of creating a composition that's 16 frames and then reducing it to 15, is you could actually just look at the rotation here, go to the last frame, and back it up, 336. So plus 4 is 340, plus 20 is 360 degrees. So 24 degrees is happening per frame. Actually, we could probably figure that out by going to the first frame. 24! So it's this truth. Oh man, I hope this is capping in 1080p so that you can actually read these numbers and stuff. Anyways, and I'm using OBS as you can see. Say hello, OBS. Hello. Alright, so it's 24 frames. So if you are just making this as 15 frames, you have to minus 24 frames from the end, from 360, to get it to spin perfectly, so that this frame is a perfect 24 degrees away from this frame. So, which is 24 degrees away from this frame, 24, 24, 24, 24, you got a smooth animation right to the end that loops. Alright? I don't know what I did, but I'm going to save it. Okay, so let's just recheck this out. Okay, it's doing that. I think I'm ready to try to build this into something. Sometimes I put like a filter, I make it look like film or something over top. If I go into my video creation kit, I should have one around here somewhere. 8mm film. Okay. I would do that by doing this. This is just, you know, getting your texture where it is. I'll scale that up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, and then we do something like when we track mat it. Its tracking mat would be this, which is like a Luma. Yeah. Boom, ba, boom, 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 boom. Now the way that works, I think this stuff is a little bit transparent or something. Like, let's see, I'll just add a color underneath as a background. I don't know what color to make it, because I want to see it. Oh, get out of here. I'll close that. So, that like that. Okay, see if this actually shows up. Whoa, wrong place. Bam. Yeah, see? That black is actually a green. Oh. The film grain we saw was actually green. I mean, it was actually transparent, showing the black underneath it, or the green here, as we see. So, layer settings, solid settings. If I switch that back to black, it would look like that. I play it now. It's like, oh, look at, we got a nice 8mm film block. Now, that's really cool and stuff, but I don't want to do that right now. So I don't know why I'm lengthening this tutorial by showing you that stuff. No! Say no to film! I don't want to track mat. I don't want to film. I don't want no trouble. Let's play it. Make sure it's good. Okay, it's good. So we've basically completed, with a whole bunch of extra nonsense to confuse you, the After Effects proportion of this tutorial. Now we're going to take it to Photoshop and turn it into one of those beautiful strips that Minecraft loves to wrap around an animated block. Okay, so I have to export this. I'll just resave it for craps and giggles. I'll take my composition and switch it to 15 frames so that it loops perfectly. Alright, if I play this, what's it look like? Yeah, look at that, it even looks smoother. I don't notice nothing. Alright, so I'm going to drop this in a render queue. I'm going to set it as a PNG sequence. Now, I made all those things, all those textures I showed at the very start of this. And it took me a long time. Well, first off, it took me like hours to line up the stuff into a strip like that perfectly. I mean, as it's animating in your hand, this ender pearl's like going up a pixel, going down a pixel. So I gotta reopen it, try to find the one frame that's off a pixel, read the whole thing. Bang. In the end, I figured out an awesome way to do this, and that's why I'm showing you this. Alright, so there's no transparency I want in this or anything. It fills the whole canvas, so this looks good. It's just a PNG sequence. So the only thing I need to do is change the output. Now I want this to be permanent again, so because I wish I did my original ones all in a permanent style. So resource pack creation, and I'm gonna just make a folder for sequences in here. Gotta make a folder for this sequence that I'm doing now, which I know as goofy background. It's just, you know, I called it originally when I made that yellow background in Photoshop. I think I actually did that on a live stream. Whoa, what just happened? Whoa, what happened? Did OBS close? No, it just minimized. Okay, so goofy background, redstone lamp version 1. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Okay, so I'll render that. Bing, bang, boom. Now we got all these frames, 1024 frames. We'll bring up Photoshop. Oh, look at it. There's goofy dragon head. I'll show you something. See, I was making this stuff. Oh, my head is swelling. Whoa, just like JFK when he shot in the back of the head. Boom! Alright.
Dragon eat you! Whoa, look at Starco!
Okay, that's enough of that.